This is this is pretty crazy. Now I know a long time ago I made a video saying there's no reason Nintendo would want to put Banjo in their game, but things have changed a lot since then, and I've talked about that a lot since then as well. And a character who I've said has tremendous potential, who has tremendous hype behind him, that could really end up in the fucking game, and it would be a huge dream come true for so many people. It doesn't matter if this is the most shocking character or predictable. That doesn't matter. What matters is that there's a lot of people who want this character in the game, regardless if it's going to be the craziest, biggest upset ever. Just the fact that it's happening, the fact that it's in the game, is something that must be done. It must be corrected, and that is if Banjo and Kazooie will be revealed at E3 in a week. Now, after the Grinch leak, I really don't want to overhype something that's just a big leak, so I will have to, of course, say hype responsibly. Um, I do think we will probably also see Erdrick, if not before or after, but either way, I've been saying we'll probably see two characters revealed at E3 for months. I've been saying that since before Joker. I've been saying that for a long time now. That the next two characters will probably both be revealed at E3. And so recently, I mean, there's been a lot of hype leading up to Banjo being revealed. When it came to Brave, I think most people assumed that would be Erdrick. But if you looked at the move set, it could work. It was supposed to be like a medium character, a medium-sized character who's still a little bit heavier, and who's a little slippery when walking. And that could be able to work for Banjo, medium sized but a little heavier. Thing is, that could also work for Erdrick because Erdrick would have armor, sword, shield. So I mean, yeah, it could be for either one, medium size. And Brave, I think a lot of people have said Brave fits in more with a Dragon Quest character. So we could get off of Brave for now, because that could be either or. That could be whoever they worked on first. That could be just whoever they had worked on simultaneously. Maybe they used Brave to test things. Who knows? But we do know that Phil Spencer from Xbox and Microsoft, he said in tweets before he would love to put Banjo in Smash. But that was during talks of DLC for Smash 4, and I mean, that was basically complete thief confirmation. When someone who has insider knowledge, literally the president of Xbox, he would have to know if a Microsoft character, even if it's a rare character, this guy, they would have to know if it's in on a Nintendo system and a Nintendo game. He would have to know, and if he comes out and says he would love to do that, well, then that's a complete deconfirmation right there. I mean, it's not happening. But that was the last Super Smash Bros. Game, and this is the new one. So what we're getting here is we're getting Microsoft content on Nintendo consoles. We're getting Cuphead's already out on Switch, and it's been heavily rumored, and there's some leaks involving Ori and the Blind Forest coming to Switch, which I think is totally I think it's basically going to happen. I mean, and to me that's awesome. It's kind of crazy that Cuphead is on all platforms but PlayStation, but that's the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. So yeah, we have Cuphead on Switch, and that's really cool. But that doesn't mean Cuphead is going to be in Smash. But it does mean that Microsoft has. I mean, people don't realize the crossovers already happened. I mean, it first happened with Minecraft, and people were like, "Yeah, but that's Minecraft. Minecraft's on everything." But then it happened with Cuphead, and that's like, okay, guys, you don't realize how real this is getting, and the possibility of having a Microsoft character in Smash is through the roof. It's totally likely, and with someone who's as highly requested as Banjo. And here's the thing: Sakurai doesn't really look into fan speculation, but Banjo is a highly requested character from the character ballot from Smash 4. But not only that, but Banjo was actually a considered character to be put in Melee. They were going to put Banjo in Melee. Now, of course, I say they were going to do that, but we don't know how far along the lines Banjo got for this. And we might know if Banjo is added to Smash Ultimate, we might know Sakurai might do a Famitsu column where he says how far along the lines Banjo got for Melee. but at least he was one of the planned characters on the drawing board to be put into the game. As there is rare content in Smash already, and that would be the Time Bomb. It could be either from Perfect Dark or 007, and I think that the different regional versions of Smash Brothers determine which what game it's from. But as all of you know, whether it be we're talking about Perfect Dark or 007, both of those games were made by Rare back on the N64 when Nintendo owned Rare. And now that Microsoft owns Rare, there's little chance that we'll get a character like Banjo for another Smash game, like Brawl and Smash 4. But of course, everything's different now. It's a very real possibility. Now let's talk about leaks, because all that information for this whole first basically 6 minutes of this video was me just talking about why I thought it was already possible and why I was already leaning towards Banjo. Just because the Microsoft crossover content and all that stuff, and Sakurai and Phil Spencer both knowing this is a requested character, and I think that it's all very likely already. But let's go into predicting the future and not just looking at the past, because what the future has in store for us, well, it's kind of been revealed a little bit by two people, and two of them seem to be pretty trustworthy. The first one we'll discuss is the Shinobi leaker. He said on a message board, "Been a while since we saw Banjo in anything. Hope we're in for a smashing good time." Now, apparently, and I mean, Papa Gino's did a whole video on this guy if you want to learn more about it, but apparently he's got a lot of leaks correct in the past. And one of them was also, of course, for Ridley being in Smash, and he got that right too. But some of the other leaks he got have nothing to do with Smash, and that, to me, usually brings a little bit more credibility. Because when it's a guy just predicting random shit for, one thing only, it's kind of like, whatever. Verjabin is also someone who predicted a lot of stuff for other games, like TMNT for Injustice 2 and stuff like that. So when I say predicted, I mean, they got insider information, and it's very clear that they have some insider information. And this guy, who's proven himself time and time again, has this information. Well, he's just kind of cheekily saying this, that Banjo, it's been a while since we've seen Banjo in anything, and hope we're in for a smashing good time. Which kind of is such obvious wordplay that everyone knows what he's talking about. However, Verjabin has also said something on GameFAQs once again, and it is about Steve and Banjo and Erdrick in Smash. Now, what I just said was that basically he said that he doesn't know if Steve is playable as a character. He doesn't know that. He said that a long time ago, that he thought that Minecraft content of some kind would be in the game. And for some reason, Minecraft's content isn't in the game yet, and he doesn't know why. If they do Steve... if they do Banjo as a DLC character, then Steve could possibly be put in with DLC at that same time. And I mean by Minecraft content, as in a Mii Fighter costume. So what we could see is Banjo be revealed, and Minecraft DLC costumes for the Mii Fighters would come in as well. Now, hear me out. So there's another theory called the costume theory. I think this theory has a lot of credibility to it, and the reason why is because when Joker came out, a lot of DLC that we had already seen before came back to Smash. This being the Tails and Knuckles Mii Fighter costumes. Now, these were DLC added in for Smash 4, but for some reason, not all the DLC for Smash 4 was brought back. Some of it was, and some of it wasn't. So why is it that some from, and why was it some DLC came back and some didn't, considering that some of them you had to pay for previously, and the other ones now you don't have to. Like K. Rool, you had to pay for that. Crom, you had to pay for that. But they're in the game already. So why do where'd the other ones go? And the ones that were cut mostly involved third-party costumes from third-party characters. And the thing is that all these companies are already represented in Smash. So why is it that Mega Man X Zero and Proto Man were all cut when Mega Man and Ryu and Ken are all in the game? That's a question we have to ask. Why is that? So when Joker came out, Tails and Knuckles came back with him because Sega owns Atlas. So what I'm predicting is we'll get some old costumes and some new costumes if a character comes from that respected company. So some of the interesting ones that were cut involved like Heihachi and Lloyd, who are Namco characters. Gino and the Chocobo were cut, and Gino is actually in the game in the form of Spirits mode. Yet for some reason, Gino's costume is nowhere to be seen. So where is Gino's costume? And maybe Gino's costume and the Chocobo costume will come back if a Square Enix character comes into play. And right now, we're all looking at Erdrick as being a very real possibility. So if Erdrick comes back, Erdrick becomes a DLC character for the first time, really, we might see the return of the Gino costume and the Chocobo costume. So what I'm saying is that what Virgin might have thought he got right, because to give him credit, he got a lot of things right. He said that all the characters from Smash 4 would be returning, and that Wolf and Snake were coming back. I think he said Ice Climbers were also coming back, but he didn't say like everyone was back. So it seems like he didn't know all the information, but he did say Ridley would be in the game, and he also said Simon. And I remember and he said Minecraft's content. I remember reading that being like, oh damn, I'm so afraid of Minecraft content. And then when I saw that Simon wasn't there yet, but Ridley was, that was a big deal. But where's everything else? It became clear that it's likely that Simon will still be revealed later. They haven't revealed that many characters yet, so it's very likely Simon will be revealed later, and he was. And then Virgin also then said Isabelle is coming, and a lot of us assumed it would be an Echo fighter, but it was a full-fledged fighter. And I remember when I saw the trailer for Isabelle, being so excited and hyped, but at that point it was completely confirmed that Virgin knew what he was talking about. And when the Grinch leak happened, he said it's bullshit, and that Ken and Incineroar would be the only two characters left, which confirmed the box theory, because at the time, if you looked at the special edition box, there was 2 blank character spots. One was on the same row as Ryu, meaning that Ken was an Echo for someone on that row had to be there, and Ken was the most likely Echo. Otherwise, it wasn't like there was going to be an Echo for Cloud or something like that. It had to be Ken. So that made that happened there. Sonic wasn't on that row, sadly, so couldn't have been an Echo for Shadow. And on the other side, it was just like it had to be a new character, and everyone was saying it had to be a new Pokemon. And Reggie was saying it's Incineroar, and he was right. So Ken and Incineroar were really the last 2 characters, and he got it right. And that's the thing. He got like everything right, but the things he said that didn't come to fruition, because he said Ken, and he said a new Pokemon, and eventually he said Incineroar. Things he didn't get correct were a new Square Enix character and a Minecraft character. Now the funny thing is that it's very likely that they had the Square Enix character already planned out a lot ahead of time, because they might have had to bargain that to get Cloud into the game at all, because for some reason Cloud doesn't have much music and there's no spirits from Final Fantasy VII. So something's up with Cloud, and I'm not exactly sure what. And by the time that Erdrick comes out, I doubt we'll get more music for Final Fantasy VII. I think we're just stuck with that for Cloud. But we will probably get more spirits from Dragon Quest, which will be cool to have like Slime and stuff like that in Smash. And to me, I kind of thought that Slime was perfect for an assist trophy, and he should have been as an assist trophy already. And the fact that he's not here kind of should have showed us already that we should have known that we're gonna get a Dragon Quest character later. But that's Virgin got that right, and he also said Minecraft content will be coming. So most people basically thought it was a hard deconfirm for Banjo, and Banjo stood no chance. But the reality is that Minecraft as Mii Fighter costumes makes absolutely perfect sense. And now, Virgin didn't say Mii Fighter costumes. He just said Minecraft content is coming in some way. And while some people might think that a stage for Minecraft would happen, I said that would be really cool if they did a stage for Minecraft. This doesn't seem to be the case. I don't think we're going to be getting a miscellaneous stage. In fact, I thought if we got a stage for Minecraft, it would be in the game already. So to me, I don't think we're getting a DLC stage, because if you look at the stage selection screen, it still ends perfectly to where all the characters should have one stage for the new DLC, and then if there's anything over that, it would have to be on another page. I don't think they're gonna do that. I think that the stages we have, first of all, I think there's fucking plenty fucking stages. I don't think there's any need for any more fucking stages. We already have plenty fucking stages. And the second the Persona stage came out, no one's fucking using it. And if they do, they play on Battlefield mode. So, do we really need that many more stages? Do we need a Minecraft stage? No, we don't. I know some people want music from Minecraft in the game. I don't think it's going to happen. But what we will get will be, Minecraft content in the form of Mii Fighter costumes. And what if we get Cuphead content in the form of Mii Fighter costumes? How far are they going to go with this? Are they going to put like crazy shit like Halo content in the game in the form of Mii Fighter costumes? Because if they do that, then they better give us Master Chief, okay? But I don't think we're getting Master Chief. I think we're in Banjo Kazooie. So that's my theory. My theory is that that's where Virgin was talking about when he said Minecraft content, but he didn't know for sure. He never knew for sure if Steve would be playable. He said it many times. Steve is probably, he didn't know if Steve was playable. He didn't say it was looking like it wasn't. He didn't say it was looking like it was. He said he didn't know. But in this thread, he's saying that Banjo is. He said he heard something more recently that Banjo is like 99% sure going to be a playable fighter in the fighter pass. Now, here's the thing about the Shinobi leaker and what Virgin is saying now. If you said this a while ago, because a lot of us are like, okay, why are these leaks popping up right now? Well, because Smash and Sakurai and all those guys, they're being very hush-hush for a reason. No one, they don't want to disclose this information. They don't want anyone to know. The Joker reveal was perfect because no one knew. No, it was not leaked anywhere. It was complete shocker, and I think it caught a lot of people off guard. But when it comes to like E3, it's hard to keep everything under wraps. We're a week away from E3, and it makes sense that people are going to start hearing some information. So the fact of the matter is, someone is probably has access to early E3 content, and that's just the way it has to be. And a lot of information gets leaked before E3. It happens like every year, and it's always on different like projects, different games, and whatnot. So the fact of the matter is, people are hearing that Banjo is being revealed now. People are hearing that the Banjo leak is real. And not only that, but Virgin also said towards the very end, Erdrick is definitely in. He said Banjo, he's like 99% sure is in. He said Erdrick is definitely in, meaning he's hearing from like lots of multiple sources that Erdrick's happening, which makes me think that if you are this sure at this point, then I think that both are going to be revealed at E3, especially Banjo. So yeah, it just makes a lot of sense that right before E3, people would get this information. So, yeah, when you have two of the most prominent leakers, well, Shinobi is more of a leaker, not for Smash, but for other video game content. But Virgin, as we know, is a huge, he's been so instrumental and important for Super Smash Bros. Leaks. He's been literally the only motherfucker we could trust at all. So if he gets this right, then if he gets this right, then that means he was right about the Square Enix character and the Minecraft content, which means that he was right about 100% literally everything. So here's what I am proposing to you guys, because I of course want to propose to hype responsibly. I am saying I really do believe that Banjo and Erdrick will be revealed. They're both going to be in the Fires Pass. And either way, I think there's going to be two characters revealed at E3. It just makes too much perfect sense. Because, hear me out, if you're going to reveal a Microsoft crossover character, it has to be during E3. It has to be during E3. If it's not during E3, then the only other time it would make any sense would be the Game Awards. So, if it's not at E3, I would be shocked. But I really think that if they're going to only reveal one more character, and it's fucking Erdrick, I don't think that will have the amount of shock value that Nintendo might be looking for. And it seems like that character would be better revealed for something like Evo or just something different altogether. Um, and the fact is that Smash is doing a tournament for they're doing like a Smash tournament during E3. Nintendo's holding it, so I think that a new character will either be revealed during that or just during the whatever Nintendo press conference or whatever. But at the end of the day, there's no way they're just gonna be like, oh, we have Erdrick. I'm just fucking no. I don't buy it. I think they're gonna go for something big, big, big. And I think that this could happen during Microsoft's press conference where they'll announce Banjo. And I think that if Erdrick is announced after Banjo, then that could be the big reveal that, oh my god, you thought we were gonna get one character, you get two fucking characters, and maybe something like crazy like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that could help Erdrick. Or if Erdrick's revealed first and then Banjo after, that could just be like, hey, that could give Nintendo that oomph factor. But either way, I think they're going to go two characters to get that big shock, and I think one of them's going to be a Microsoft crossover character. And then that way they have another reveal for Evo and another reveal for Game Awards. So that's what I'm thinking. So yeah. So what also was I want to say is that don't be upset if we don't see either one. First of all, I'm not going to be upset if I don't see Erdrick. I'll be completely honest. If we see Sora instead, I'll be fucking ecstatic. Thing is, if we see Erdrick, that literally to me, I think that's going to be the nail in the coffin for Sora. That's going to be the deconfirmation for him. So I think Sora will be out if Erdrick's in, and I'd rather have Sora. I'm being straight up with you guys. I'd rather have Sora, but if Erdrick makes more people happy in different regions, then I'll be happy about that. And of course, I gotta be happy about Erdrick a little bit because Akira Toriyama designed Erdrick. Akira Toriyama will be a part of Smash now because a character he designed will be in the game. Dragon Quest is a franchise that he's very involved in because he basically does the art style for every fucking game. So, I won't be a bitter, but I will say that if I don't see Erdrick or Banjo, I'm not going to be upset because I think it's for sure 100% chance. I am 100% positive we're going to see a Super Smash Bros. Character announced at E3. If we see two, I'm not as positive, but I know for a fact we're going to see one. But I'm like 95% positive we're going to see two characters. And I'm just saying that, dude. I'm not like saying it's a 100% guarantee, but I'm saying it's very fucking likely that we'll see two characters at E3. And I think it's, again, very fucking likely that one of these characters will be a Microsoft representative. So I'm just saying again, hype responsibly. Don't get burnt. Don't be upset because at the end of the day, Smash is a fun game and the game's already good. It doesn't even need it. Even when all the DLC characters come out, are you even gonna play the DLC characters? You're probably gonna stick with your main anyway. And unless a new DLC character has everything you want in a character because it plays similar to your character, but maybe has some other bullshit crazy gimmick, like how a lot of people like Lucina and then Joker came out and they're like, oh, Joker has a fucking stupid ass gimmick. I want to play Joker now. And then you have MKLeo winning a fucking tournament with Joker. But I think MKLeo would do better if he played Lucina. I'm not making fun of Lucina. I think Lucina's far better, but it's just funny that MKLeo is just so good at the game, he'll just play as Joker if he feels like it. But either way, and when it comes to Erdrick, he might play similar to Link, which is my main, so maybe I will like him, A guy with a sword and projectiles who might have some big heavy hits and not be about speed and combos. Hey, that could be up my fucking alley. So yeah, I want to give Erdrick a chance. And hell, I want to give Banjo a chance. He'll probably play really fun. He might play like a mixture of Mario and Duck Hunt, as a lot of people have been saying his moveset could be too similar to Duck Hunt. I think he'll have some big hops and some floaty floats, and I think he will have some projectiles for sure. But I think his up close game might be more similar to something like Mario Luigi or something. So, well, more so Mario, less so Luigi. But yeah, so I think that we could see some good ass shit next week. So, and man, it's already, we're getting close, guys. It's not that far away. E3's almost here. So really, just be hyped for E3 because E3 is gonna fucking rock, dude. It's gonna fucking rock. We're gonna see more Final Fantasy VII remake, so you already know it's gonna fucking rock, dude. And we're gonna see the PlayStation 5 You already know it's gonna be good. You're gonna see the PlayStation 5, so don't be upset about a DLC character. Is all I'm really trying to say, because and here's the thing: I don't think they're gonna fuck it up no matter what. I don't think they're gonna pick a bad deal. I think Piranha Plant was a one-time thing. That's a free character. I don't think they're gonna fuck it up like that again. So don't worry, guys. I just want everyone to have a good time, but I really think that I basically what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna say Banjo, Banjo. Is it Banjo? And if I see Banjo, I'm gonna clap. I'm gonna cheer. But if it's something cooler that I didn't expect, as long as it's not something terrible like Doom Guy or something awful like the guy from Dark Souls, which are two terrible ideas that you guys should all be ashamed of for thinking, uh, then I think I'll be really happy. If it's something really cool I didn't expect, like Dante, who I'm not expecting right now. I don't expect Dante. I don't really expect Sora right now. But I mean, if it is Sora, I'll be fucking happy. If it's something crazy like Rash from Battletoads, I don't know what the fuck I'll do, But I'll be, honestly, if it's Rash from Battletoads, I'll fucking be happy too. So, yeah, at the end of the day, don't get upset, okay? But, I think the most likely two are right now are Banjo and Erdrick, and I have logical reasons to believe those, even besides leaks. But I think the leaks are really adding a lot of credibility, mainly just because of Virgin and the Shinobi guy as well. So again, hype responsibly, but woohoo, Banjo, Banjo, Banjo. So I'll see you guys on the next one.